Hey guys, this is Andrew Keefe from KeenOnTheMarket.com. This is your S&P Euro Oil and Daily Unusual Option Activity Report for May 9th, 2012. Today, another very interesting day. We took out the recent lows. Didn't get down to my target at 13.35 on the low end, but we did find buying pressure again. We took out the low of the week, and then we saw buying pressure all day. Closed near the high of the day. We were actually unchanged for a couple seconds, and then we sold off again. So let's look at market profile. Market profile looks very, very similar to yesterday. Yesterday's point of control, 1351. Today's point of control, 1352. This is where the most of the volume happened. Value area high, 1359. Yesterday's value area high, 1361. So just a little bit lower. Lower lows, lower highs indicates bearish pattern. Low of the day, and then we had buying pressure. The value area low is 1344. We talked about it yesterday. But the value area low yesterday was 1346. So let's look at the daily chart. We're over here. This is called a tweezer bottom. We're testing the 100-day moving average, seeing a bounce from there, 1335 to 1420. I still think we're stuck in a range, and it's going to be a while until we get out of this range. However, let's look at the 5-minute and see how we perform today. Let me move the scoots a little bad boy over. We opened up this morning at 1345 half. Looked really ugly, right? What happened? We started rallying right when Europe was about to close. Low of the day, 1339 quarter. So we took out that 1342 half level from Sunday night, and we probably flushed out a lot of traders. A lot of people that were holding longs probably put their stops under 1342 half. Lower low, lower high. We rallied, came back into the cloud. We rallied again. We got the high of the day, 1360.75. So another 20-point range today. This is very, very interesting that we've had 20-point ranges. I still think there's some more momentum to the downside. I don't see the bullish pattern. I do see that we are seeing buyers down at the 1340 level. Let's go look at the euro real quick, and we're going to pull this up on the daily. And I talked about this 130 level. This is like a teeter-totter at the 130 level, and I think it's important where we go from this 130 level. So 130 was this teeter-totter if we're going to be up or down. Today we were down 129.44. I was talking about when we were up here that I think we test down to this 127 half before we test above 135 and change. Did not take any trades in the euro. We're in a bearish pattern in the euro. I think the momentum to the downside will continue just like the market. Let's look at oil. I did not take any trades in oil, but let's first look at the daily chart. So we're starting to get tails at the bottom. What do tails mean? Tails mean that we're finding buyers in the market. So these long tails means that we're testing down at this 96 level. This was one of my targets to the downside. You know, the next target is about this 92 half level, which I think we can get to. But we're testing this 96 level. We keep finding buyers at 96 popping up, and we see sellers at 98. That's on the daily. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, we opened up this morning at 95.72. Very, very similar if you looked at this versus the minis. We sold off 925. We got the low in the minis. 925. We got the low in oil. Very, very heavily high correlated to the global growth story. As oil goes higher, this isn't necessarily always true because as oil goes lower, it should be good for the GDP. However, with oil going lower, it gives concerns about China and Europe. I don't think the concerns in the United States are intact because of the economic data we've gotten from the United States. However, global growth is basically China. This is like almost trades like a Chinese ETF or something. So we got the low of the day, rallied. We got up to this 96.80 level. We could test the gap to this 97.40 tomorrow. But a lot of buyers are on this 96 level, which is a line in the sand for me. A couple unusual option trades I want to talk about. Paper bought 11,500 ODP OCT4 calls for 5 cents. This was 13 times usual volume. Stock was trading 229, and I flagged call buyers in ODP a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking they're buying calls to sell stock. And I will talk about this in the webinar we have coming up. Just because paper is buying calls isn't always a bullish trade. And just because they're buying puts doesn't mean it's always a bearish trade. So to be able to combine order flow, unusual option activity, and charts is the best way to trade, in my opinion. So I don't know if this is a closing position, or it was very interesting to me. ABX, paper bought the 40-44 call spread, about 3,000 of these for 79 cents. I was thinking about putting this on. These gold miners look really, really rough. You know, GDXJ, the gold junior miners hit a 52-week low today. You know, risking $79 to make $3.21 or $321 per one lot. might be a good risk versus reward. I've traded these gold stock miners in the past. They've been difficult to trade. If we want to look at them on the daily, I know what it's going to look like. It's going to look ugly. So this could be some bottom fishing down here, and this is just an ugly chart. And I played these to the upside. I've made some money, but then I've given some of it back. You know, I could say a decent tail here, but I would not buy. I'm not getting long any of these stocks for a while until I see more buying pressure. 57,000 Yahoo, Jan 2013, 20 calls trade. They traded these for 36 cents, and this was interesting to me just because I saw the stock pop after that. You know, it popped up to this about 1530 level, and they bought these at 1506. Remember, if you guys want any information on the live trading room, unusual option activity report, you can email sales@keenonthemarket.com for a free trial. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.